Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? I plan to talk a bit longer today, but it seems we are running out of time. So I'll just leave a few pieces of advice for our juniors, Form 1 through Form 4. Alright? So, there's just one thing I'd like to tell you. No matter what you're doing, no matter how you feel, always give your best in whatever you do. I'm not done. You stop. Not yet. Okay. Sometimes you feel like you can't do something. You feel like other people can do it better than you, or like you can't do this. But you can. Anybody can do anything if they put in a lot of effort and believe in God. So, to sum it up, in life, if you want anything, try your darn best, try your best, and pray to God that everything works out. Alright? That'll be all from me. Okay? Thank you for listening to all the speeches that have been given so far. I'm very proud of the English day that I started. And yeah, thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to the respected teachers and my charming friends. I'm Lisa and this is Saida. We're from class 5 Hanafi. I'm standing here today to talk about secondary school. School is a place to explore, to experience, discover yourself as an individual, a time to learn, and develop as a person. If you think about it though, you should embrace going back to school. When the day comes that there's no school to go back to, we'll miss it more than we think. There's no other time in our lives where we'll experience anything like what we're experiencing now. Never again you'll experience a community where the age difference of a year matters so much, and moving up a grade from junior to senior seems so significant.
Dear friends, our secondary school years are the defining times in our lives that shape who we are, where we are going, and what we are going to do. Aside from this, they allow us to be strong friendships with people. We get to see which people are going to be there for the rest of our lives and those who will just disappear over the years. I have realized at age 18 that friends are not something you should take lightly. If you found even a couple of friends, consider yourself blessed. A friend is someone who is there for you through your highs and lows, through the pressure, force, and drama. They are the one constantly in your life that never fades away. Like all of our parents and teachers like to tell us, you only go to high school once. Sure, there's mistakes, sadness, and letdowns, but you can't forget the good times and you can't ignore the photographs you took. Secondary school is an experience I believe we should all make the most of it.
As much as I've always dreamed of finishing high school, I've always disliked endings. But endings are inevitable, the final chapter of a good book. Our last chapter of teenage years will come to an end soon. So, on behalf of all Form 5 students, we once again apologize for all our wrongdoings. And to all our beloved teachers, we are very sorry and regret everything to the core if we ever in the slightest bit hurt your feelings. We are forever grateful for everything that you have taught us throughout our school years. Thank you for guiding us and correcting our mistakes. I have learned to build a brighter future with the knowledge you've passed on to me. Words can describe how thankful we are for having you as an important piece in our journey. And with that, I thank you for lending me your ears. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
My name is Abang Ahmad Ramazid from 1 Hanafi. I'm going to share about Chinese Lunar New Year. Chinese Lunar New Year are celebrated once in a year and celebrated by Chinese people. For Chinese Lunar New Year, there are variety of food such as mooncake. Mooncake has many flavors which is called salted egg, durian and more. Chinese culture have a traditional dance which called lion dance. There are two persons using lion costume and show their dance move to the guests. That is all my information about Chinese Lunar New Year. Thank you for hearing me.
In today's society, it cannot be denied that it has become necessary for students to learn English. I believe that the opportunity to use English in and outside the classroom should be made fun. My first idea is to use the internet. For young people, surfing the net is as easy as a bike and we all have access to it. I suggest that the students connect with other students from around the world. They can communicate with each other using Instagram, Skype, or other social media using English. This shall give them the chance to practice their speaking and listening skills. The next suggestion is for the students to form a reading club. Each member of the club can suggest an English book to read and discuss. The book review can be done in interesting places such as a cafe, parks, or other social venues where they can improve both their social and language skills. Finally, the English Society must play an active role. Encourage as many students as possible to take part in activities that are conducted by the society. There are debates, quizzes, drama competitions, and even spelling bee contests. Where else would you get a chance to actually use the language and win yourself a prize or two? Fun activities will motivate students to be interested in the language. However, at the end of the day, you have to be sporting enough to participate in all the activities. That's all from me. Have a good day, stay safe, and always keep your seatbelt on.
Very good morning to all of the students of SMKA SHOAW. My name is Abdul from class 4 Maliki, and I will be the one going to give a speech for today's English Day. The topic that I have chosen to talk about this morning is actually very close to our life as a student. Hardworking. Yes, hardworking. What is the meaning of the word hardworking itself? Hardworking is referred to someone who does their best to reach what he or she really wants in their life. Being hardworking will not lead you to a bad ending, but a better, a brighter future for yourself. The things that I said right now is not just something that I created with my brain. It was already proven by one of my classmates. Given a situation when there is no teachers in our class, everyone chose to sleep or talk to each other. But this guy will not waste his time by doing something that won't give any benefit to himself. He will just simply do a revision or learn something that the teachers will teach soon. And his result for our past exam is really impressive. All A's and B's. He is the top student in our class and one of the top 10 students in my batch. Surely, his parents and the teachers are really proud of him. The person that I'm talking right now is my friend, Wahab. He inspired me to do better for the upcoming exam. See, being hardworking is not a bad thing for us, but surely a great thing in our life. Together, we should do our best on everything that can change the world to a better place. That's all from me. Thank you for me.
And today, I will speak on social media. By the way, this article is the written work of my seniors in 5 subjects. Social media undoubtedly has impacted many lives around the globe. There are countless advantages and disadvantages that come with the presence of social media. Personally, I will spend most of my time on Twitter, for it is an easy way for me to catch up with the latest news. Furthermore, I also can share my thoughts about a certain topic easily. Despite all of the same advantages, social media also can lead us to a crippling addiction. This is because it can give us an unlimited amount of dopamine in a short time. Nevertheless, social media has lifted my quality of life by reducing my stress whenever I was at my lowest. In conclusion, everyone needs to learn how to properly regulate their time on social media, for that it will bring us various benefits. That is all from me. Thank you.
Today I want to talk about being a teenager. Being a teenager isn't easy. It is harder than you can imagine. It can be confusing and frustrating. It's the way you have to deal and cope with the most changes in your life. Everything is changing both physically and emotionally. And then you are thrust into the most intense situation of your young life, discovering heartbreak, anxiety, yourself, and peer pressure along the way. We all have our tough times. Everyone goes through something, but being a teenager, that's when you feel everything at all at once. As a teenager, will you give up and end this hardship? Or will you stand up, keep moving, and show the world that you can overcome anything? As teenagers, we have a lot of problems. Both small and big that we can't help but compare ourselves to the way other teenagers do. It is during this stage of one's life when a person is more relaxed. I could say one thing to the young, will be never give up. Keep trying and pushing and struggling, even if you don't know what your goal is or why you would want to achieve it. Thank you.
My name is Nashata Shazmi from class 2 Muslim, and my name is Khadija Humara from class Muslim. Today we're going to talk about how to speak English fluently. First, speak English to practice and improve. Speaking a language is a skill, like driving a car, playing a musical instrument, or learning to swim. To be a good driver, you need to practice driving. It's the same with speaking English. No matter how much you study grammar and vocabulary, if you don't practice spoken communication, it's very difficult to get good at it. So maybe you talk to yourself in English as you go about your day, or maybe you look for opportunities to chat in English with people you meet. But however you do it, the most powerful way to improve your English speaking skill is to use them. Second, find people to talk to. Okay, so you want to practice, but who can you speak English with? Do you know anybody in your network who speaks English? Maybe you have friends or colleagues at work that you can speak English with. If not, look for meetups. Social events for people interested in practicing language, or what about a language exchange? You find someone who is learning your language, and in exchange, they speak to you in English. A language exchange app can also be a great way to find a conversation partner. Remember to stay safe when connecting with new people in person or online. Practicing English socially is fun. You get to know new people. You use your English for real communication. You adapt to each other's level and direct your own learning. All this means you learn the skill and language you need fast, and you don't forget them.
Third, record your fast speaking. Listening to a recording of your own voice can feel strange, especially talking English. But once you get used to it, recording yourself speaking can be a powerful tool for improvement. The big thing it helps is confidence. I bet you the best thing you notice when you listen back is that you speak English better than you talk. You're also practicing fluency. Next time you have to talk about the same topic. The ideas and words will flow more easily. By training yourself to notice and correct mistakes, don't have your accuracy. Lastly, work on listening skills. Watching series and films in English or listening to audio designed for your level is great for your pronunciation and intonation. Listening to English is also a good way to notice how grammar is used or to pick up new words and phrases. But not only all of that, here's the big one. Being a good listener is really important of a good conversation. We often forget this when we're concentrating on what we're going to say. You don't even need to be that good at speaking English. If you can listen, understand, and show interest, people will absolutely love talking to you. And that means more English speaking practice, more opportunities to improve your speaking, and more of that lovely, warm feeling that happens when you use your English and to connect with someone. Enjoy improving your spoken communication in English. Just one tip from this speech and start improving your English speaking skills right away. That's all from us. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most merciful and graceful, today I will talk about health awareness among students. Health is a valuable asset that money cannot buy. More and more youngsters are suffering from diabetes and other health diseases. Health awareness among students is a must so that they can live a life free of disease and health problems. One of the main causes of health problems is a sedentary lifestyle. This not only contributes to health problems such as diabetes and fatty liver, but also leads to obesity. Therefore, students must consume a healthy, balanced diet and cut down on oily fast food. A balanced diet should include lots of vegetables and fruits. They should also stay away from sweet carbonated drinks. Other than that, students must also exercise regularly to ensure that they are fit and strong physically. Find opportunities to get out for some fresh air and a short joy. Get your friends together for a netball or football session. This boosts the immune system. Another unhealthy habit that needs student attention is their sleeping habit. They need to ensure consistent and enough sleep. Stay away from smoking cigarettes and consuming alcohol. These habits will harm your health. In conclusion, although we are still young, we need to keep a healthy lifestyle to build a better immune system. As the saying goes, prevention is better than cure. Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum.
A very good morning to everyone. My name is Abdul and I'm from Othman. Today, I would like to talk about an interesting topic, which is qualities of a great leader. Effective student leaders are important to have propel our school to excellence. Yeah, you must have qualities of a great leader. The top characteristic of a good leader is undoubtedly integrity. A successful student is one who sticks to his values and beliefs. He is the leader other students will come to and rely on. Next, a good leader must also have commitment and passion. He will be able to inspire and motivate other students to achieve great success for the school. Another top quality of a leader is the ability to communicate with all levels and make decisions. A team cannot achieve great things if they are clear about the message. Finally, a word of advice to future leaders. Being a leader is not about having power. With power comes responsibility. As John Maxwell applied defines leadership, a leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. Thank you for listening. I hope this speech of mine will be experienced for fun.
How to show the guts to fulfill this desire? It's quite simple. It's to appreciate. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's a pleasure to meet everyone in this fine yet wonderful morning. The name given is Sophia Alia, and I'm from Wahab. I stand here before you all to talk about appreciation. Now, look at yourselves. Look at your surroundings, maybe your home, or the people that cares about you. Shouldn't you be grateful for having such wonderful gifts? Till now, we step out from our comfort zone to take a deep breath in a peaceful atmosphere. But out there, there are many people experiencing something far more different than us. For example, the people of Palestine, the people of Iraq, the people of Libya, and the people of Syria. Just imagine every day, every single day, they had to hear people screaming in terror and explosions everywhere. To them, it has already become a lullaby that brings nightmare and despair, knowing that in a blink of an eye, everything you ever loved, everything you ever cared and cherished, vanished within the air. Yet we here live in harmony, still complain about little things in our life. In China, Muslims are forced to leave their religion. They are forced to do things which are against the Sharia of Islam. But who are we to complain that this religion feels like prison? While they out there wish to learn this religion more. Perhaps look at India right now. Most of the governments and society there are corrupted and cruel towards the Muslim community. Every day they are criticized and threatened without giving any mercy, no sympathy. They are treated poorly. They are treated poorly and unfairly. Imagine being in their shoes. Eventually, I'm sure everyone here would appreciate what they have right now. So, to the people who are sitting right in front of me right now, tell me, if wealth and popularity is what you desire, then would you give up your eyesight just for billions and trillions of dollars? If you would, then you won't see a beautiful sunrise, nor daylight ever again, just total darkness. You see, we all breathe the same air, am I right? We all share the same sun and moon, yet we are still ungrateful for what we have because of our greediness and jealousy. We are too jealous or too focused in one's achievements and gifts that Allah gave to them until we have forgotten the gift that Allah gave to us. So before I end this short speech, I would like to share a message. So listen carefully, alright? If the sun is our light in the day, the moon and stars is our light in the night. So if dark and gloomy cloud shuts our light, then just know that behind all those dark and gloomy clouds are a ray of light waiting to shine upon us. Meaning that our life, of course, is full of problems and hardships, though all those problems and hardships has ease and answers. Happiness does not lie on wealth and popularity. It is when you feel enough for what you have, you appreciate what you have. Therefore, with that being said, I would like to end my speech with a thank you to everyone.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Dr. Amani Patricia and I'm Dr. Wahab and we are from class 1 Shafi. Today we will recite a poem from Miss God entitled Poems. Funny things that need to be said hang around in the back of my head. Beautiful words and white sprites live in the poem behind my eyes. Frightening things, tears and fears shiver in poems between my ears. There they see like the gold of the world. They won't come out onto the paper. So frustrated, I sit and swear at the poems that live beneath my hair. That's all from us. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Humaira Aisyah and I am standing here on this beautiful morning to talk about a very important matter, which is responsibility. But before that, may I ask who's fasting here today? Who's fasting? Good. Wow. Okay, that's impressive. Good job. So, for your information, today is the day of Ashura, and it's not required, it's not obligatory to fast today, but yeah, good job for those who fast today. Okay, moving on to my topic, which is responsibility. So, the definition of responsibility, according to the Oxford Dictionary, is the state or fact of having a duty to deal with something or of having control over someone. Or also the other definition is the state or fact of being accountable or to blame for something. So in other words, we are obligated to do and embracing the consequences of our actions, whether they be favorable or unpleasant. That means that we need to be trustworthy and we need to fulfill our pledge, and we also need to be able to uphold our commitments. Okay. So, the responsibility of an individual may change with situation and time. It depends on what position you are in. Okay, so if, for example, if we look at the side of you as a student, you are responsible for your academics, co-curricular activities, and so on. But if you look from the side of you as a child, you are responsible to have your parents and setting a good example for the younger siblings. Okay? Okay. Everyone has their own responsibilities, even teachers. So for teachers, they have the responsibility to lead the students towards the path of righteousness and to help them learn the value of life as well as the concerned subject. Also, our responsibility as a servant to God, as a servant to Allah, is we need to do whatever He says, to do whatever His order is, and staying away from what He forbids. Okay, so what will happen if we don't fulfill our responsibilities? So firstly, we may lose the purpose of living. And our life may seem to be plain. Our life will be without any challenges or obstacles. Okay. Why? Because when we got a huge responsibility, we will encounter some adverse situations, and while dealing with those tough times, you're actually learning important lessons, and outcomes of those challenging fights will help you in the future, definitely. So, you guys might be thinking, how can I show my responsibility? How can I prove myself worthy? So, firstly, we need to recognize and own up to our part of what is occurring. For example, who's prefect here? Who's a prefect in school? Who's a prefect? Hey. Okay. So, as you guys know, by being a prefect, you guys got a huge responsibility to take care of the school, to supervise other students, to help out other teachers by being a committee member for some events. For example, the upcoming IPG program, and then we also need to coordinate and lead school activities and stuff. So, by having to deal with the huge responsibility, we must be willing to examine how something went wrong, and we can't blame others when we are at fault.
we must not complicate the situation, but in other way, we need to find the solution for the problem. Also, we must not make excuses for why things are happening. We also must not pretend that it is all out of your control, our control. So, for example, something went wrong and you just sit back there and waiting for a bigger disaster to happen. So you must not do that. You must try to examine what is happening, try to find the solution, do something, fix the problem. And lastly, we must not stay in denial if our team is failing, especially for team leaders or if your friend is failing in something. We must not stay in denial. We must do something. We must help them. We must help our team. Okay? Okay, so I think that's all from me. I hope you guys got something and apply it in your life. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The name given is Nur Ismail binti Morgan, and currently I am a student in 400 feet. Here I am standing in front of you guys to talk about the hardship we face in our daily lives and why we shouldn't be giving up money too soon. Take this for example. We're being forced to venture deep into a forest that is full of thorns, but there will be a very precious reward in the end. The forest full of thorns being the challenges we experience as students, such as learning the subjects that we're not very fond of, reciting the Quran over and over again because we kept on forgetting the right verses, so on and so forth. When it comes to learning the difficult subjects such as math, the students tends to give up midway because of not being able to solve the question that was given, or when it's too hard for them to decide where the question is solved. Even if so, we need to push ourselves, even if it costs a little of our own sanity, just for the sake of understanding and acing the various subjects in examination. Same goes to reciting the Quran. Keep calm and keep correcting yourself, and by then, you'll get the whole entire page memorized perfectly. If we kept on going, sacrificing every little time and the small things that matters to us in our teen life just because you want to be a successful person, it will worth the effort. Trust me. Take a look at your surroundings. The teachers all over the school. How are they so full of knowledge? How are they able to teach us certain subjects? How can they be a teacher? By not giving up on the challenges they face in their student life. That's why, with this, it can even be something more useful, something bigger. It's a rare sight to see someone with an important role within their community, lacks knowledge and wanting his people to live in the spirit. With the knowledge he got from working hard in his school years and from not giving up in his academics, he'll go on forever, wanting the people under him to be just like him, determined and hardworking, even if it will turn their motivation down. This will shape them as a person, as a human being. Not to bore any of you guys furthermore, I will step down, wishing that today I've implemented something good in your mindset and that I have not wasted any of our time speaking sweet nothing. So thank you for lending me your ears and thank you for having me here today.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Muhammad Othman bin Bandadel from Alhamdulillah. Today I want to talk about happiness. Happiness is a state of mind. It's a feeling that keeps people healthy and fit. Even though the word sounds too simple, but it is actually to achieve nowadays. We all want happiness, but we seldom know the actual road to attain true happiness. Many people associate success with happiness, and they feel that they can be happy only if they are successful, which should not be the case because success is circumstantial and happiness is not. You can stay happy even if you don't own a big bungalow, a huge car, or fat bank balance. But the important thing is that you must first identify what makes you happy. Everyone is looking for happiness, but only very few people actually know what makes them happy in life. Even though life poses various challenges and obstacles in life. You should always be prepared to accept and overcome those challenges. But as far as our happiness is concerned, there is no secret mantra for happiness, and so you must try to find out where your true happiness lies. Always remember that your life will always be what you make it. There are some basic rules which you must adopt if you want to stay happy and enjoy each and every moment of your life. The first and most important rule is to live in present. You might have failed in the past, but the best thing is to take lessons from those and move forward, as whatever might have happened in the past cannot be changed in the present. Thus, there is no gain in dwelling over the past. In addition, future is unseen. You cannot be certain about the circumstances that are likely to occur in the future. Thus, you should not make big plans about the future. Of course, you must be prepared for the circumstances, but you cannot be certain about it. So, trust me, the best thing is to stay and live in the present because only that is what can be controlled and can make you happy. Another important thing is to stay positive in your life, and you must also watch your attitude towards your competitors and should never nurture ill feelings towards them. Always indulge into healthy competition and should never take your competition beyond a point where you start treating them as rivals and get into any kind of argument. You should only attempt to get ahead of them and not harm them in any way. Having a compassionate attitude towards others is what will eventually give you happiness from within. It is also important that you are not stubborn or adamant about anything. There is a difference between being persistent and being adamant, and you should be able to differentiate between both. Your willpower must be strong enough to make you achieve what you want to, but you should not position your happiness on that particular thing itself. It is important that you are mature enough to compromise on certain things. Staying happy is everyone's right, but it solely depends upon people as to what exactly makes them happy. Artificial or materialistic is temporary. Thus, you must try to achieve the real happiness of your life. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to all teachers and friends that are present here today. My name is Ahmad Farooq from class 3 Hamali, and I will be talking about discipline. Discipline. Many say discipline is nothing important and there is no benefit in being one, when in reality, it is actually a very important thing to have in a lot of things that we do every day. Like for our students, discipline is not being late in anything that we do or like paying attention in class when teacher is teaching or anything else that's related. Basically, there's a lot of factors that can make us a disciplined person, as in our time management, respecting others, and so on. There's also lots of benefits in being disciplined, like being more patient, more responsible, or others, depending on what you discipline yourself as. And that's not all. If we were to have a better discipline, people will also like us better. That's all for me today. Thank you for listening to my speech. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi
wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to the teachers and my fellow friends. My name is Dayan Dami Pranita from Othman, and my friend here is.
My name is Nurul Sumaya Begum binti Abdul, and we are all manners. Today, we're going to talk about manners.
So, what is manners? We all know what manners actually is. Etiquette evolves to adapt to the time, but manners are constant because manners are more about how we treat other people rather than strict rules for how things should be done. Manners are about being mindful of others and showing respect for them. Good manners never go out of style. Millennials and Gen Zs are our future leaders, and as such, will be role models for the people who look up to them. I know all these two generations are not alike, just like all baby boomers are not alike.
For instance, just take a look at this school. Sure, we can see many generations here. The teachers are millennials while the students are Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Sometimes, as teens need a little refresher on the basic manners. It's easy for us to develop a few bad habits from hanging out with different kind of people. Teenagers may also get a little lazy from time to time.
These are a few ways on how to apply good manners between the older generations. First, whenever we pass by someone, we should greet them with salam. This should be done by every student whenever they pass by someone who is older than them. Let it be the teacher. Hello? Let it be the teacher, whether they teach you or hello. Teach you or just not, believe it or not, only with saying Assalamu alaikum, we can put a smile on someone's face.
Next, whenever someone is having a conversation, we should not interrupt them. For example, when your teacher is explaining something to your friend, you should wait for them to finish before you ask your question.
Next, make sure you greet people with a smile even though you're having a bad day. With just a smile, you could spread positivity to other people. Therefore, you should always smile to the teachers, your seniors or your juniors, and everyone around you.
Next, make sure you say thank you after you use someone's stuff. For example, you ask for your friend's pen or you ask your friend to teach you a subject that you're not really good at. You say thank you afterwards. Do not be rude and just walk away without even saying thank you.
Now, this is the most important one. Apologize. Whenever you did something wrong, or when you don't know what you did, but you feel guilty, apologize. It is as simple as I'm sorry. Just by saying sorry, you could ease someone's hurt and will be liking to that person.
So those are some ways on how to apply good manners in our lives. I'm sure all of us have been taught about manners since we were children, but most of us tend to forget about it as we grow older. If everyone in this world has manners, everyone will respect everyone, and this world will be a better place for us to live in.
Last but not least, let's ask ourselves whether we have good manners or not. The problem is just that. Better good manners than good looks. That's all from us. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Later, as a result of British imperialism and colonization, the language was introduced to many countries around the world. Eventually, it became the primary and secondary languages of the countries that they have conquered, such as India, Australia, and our beloved Malaysia. Gone are the times when the British ruled over more than half the world. However, their language, English, is still ruling almost half the entire world. Today, nearly 67 countries all over the world have declared English as their official language, and 27 countries have considered English as their secondary language. Without a second thought, with this one fact, we can declare that the English language is one of the most dominant languages in the world. The English language is also the key to opening the doors to the world. It is one of the most used languages in this world we love. The knowledge of the English language helps everyone to attain personal and professional growth. As a result, people all over the world have started to learn English as a second language.
Many nations have included English as their second language in their school curriculums in order to assist students in learning English at a younger age. Almost all the materials and subjects for learning are drafted in English to make it more accessible for everyone all over the world. The initiative of using the English language as a medium of instruction in schools and colleges brings a commonality to the structure of education and brings multiple positive impacts to the students. Good communication skills in English is considered one of the most important soft skills required for an employee. Other than this benefit provided by the English language, it helps us understand different nations' cultures. A piece of good knowledge in English guides us to travel to many new nations. With the support of good understanding and communication skills, a person can easily transfer their ideas and thoughts to one another. An insight of the English language increases the chance of setting up a good career. The impacts brought by the English language on our lives are boundless. Let's realize the true potential of the language and remember the words of Roger Bacon. Knowledge of languages is the doorway to wisdom. That would be all for me. Thank you very much.
Abang Al-Harif from Class 4 Shafi. My speech today is to remind every student here on the importance of obeying school regulations. School regulations are imposed to ensure the smooth running of school. They are for the good of all students. What are our school regulations? First, I will start by bringing attention to the dress code. Every one of you must make sure that your uniform is always complete and neat. Only black shoes and black socks can be worn and not any other colors. And never forget to wear your name tag every day. You must always keep your hair short and neat. Girls, make sure to wear your hijab properly. And as for the boys, long hair is not allowed. Next, I wish to talk about proper conduct and behavior. You must always respect the principal, teachers, and other students. Greet your principals and teachers when you meet them. There are also many actions that are not acceptable in school. For instance, you must never play truant, cheat in exams, fight or steal in school. Students who are caught cheating, fighting, or smoking will face disciplinary actions. On any occasion, you cannot damage or deface school property or perform any act likely to cause such damage or defacement. While in school, you cannot disrupt all teaching, studying, research activities, or otherwise prevent any member of the school and its staff from carrying on his or her work. If you caught doing any of these, you will face disciplinary action. I hope my speech has enlightened you on how to be a good student by obeying school regulations. I think that is all for me. Thank you for listening. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Everyone. My name is Amar Zadame and I'm from True Muslim. And since today is English Day, I will be giving a speech about what we can do during the school holidays to prepare for an exam. Since for us, we will be sitting for our end of the year exam early of next year. So, first and foremost, the most important thing that we need to do is study. It doesn't matter where you are, when you are, studying should be a priority when there's an exam. But when I say study, it doesn't mean 24/7 literally studying. It means that your school holidays should be balanced with your leisure time and your studying time. This is to ensure that you gain something at the end of the holiday. And when studying, do study at a place where you feel comfortable and the environment is appropriate for you to study at. This immediately helps to boost your excitement when studying, although it rarely happens to me. Next is setting your priorities straight. When school holidays are coming, I'm positively sure that everyone will have an agenda of their own with their family. Therefore, what I mean by setting your priorities straight is making sure that the important stuff has been done before any other activity. For instance, before going out of the house, make sure that you have completed your study and your homework so that you won't have to worry about it later on. Because I highly doubt that you remember about it after a long day. This also leads to my third point. When holding off on studying or homework, there will be a high chance of procrastinating which for one I am very, very guilty of, and it's not a good thing. You will hold off on so many things, and that will lead to nothing being done. Therefore, to save yourself, like literally, do not procrastinate. It won't help you either way. Last, but certainly not least, although there are exams, I hope everyone will be able to release their stress and relax during the school holiday. Exams are stressful, everyone knows that, but you know, from time to time, do pick up a novel or turn on a movie just to make sure that you won't get too overwhelmed and too stressed out about it. Then again, don't study too much till it becomes a burden, and don't take it too lightly till you don't study at all. So, to everyone, good luck on your studies, especially on the 4-5. I wish you all the best, and may everyone have a good holiday ahead. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq, wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.